together. Don't believe the hype show.
Every Thursday, fortnightly.
For news, views, reviews and more.
Join host Rachael and guests from 6:30 p.m. Thursdays, fortnightly.
Don't believe the hype show. Don't believe the hype.
Good evening and welcome to the Don't Believe the Hype show. I'm Valerie Kelso and thank you once again for tuning into the show. Today we have got some special guests all the way from England. Yes, England. My brother, I keep saying brother-in-law, my son-in-law. For some unknown reason I want to keep calling him my brother. But it's my son-in-law and my daughter Rachael. And today we're going to be talking about what they do in England. And if you want to know a few little things about England, feel free to jump in, and you can ask Jamise any questions and she will relay them to us. We would like to thank our sponsors, Worldwide Entertainment TV and PLT Massage and Wellness. Every proceeds from this show will go to help a woman or a young girl who is recovering from domestic violence, abuse, sex trafficking, any life-altering situation. So you will be helping the Purple Light Touch Foundation to continue further their mission in securing and helping women who are going through any traumatic experience at this time. So without further ado, let's get into our show. And so we have got Miss Rachael McIntosh and we've also got Mr. Michael McLean.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. So Miss Rachael, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, I'm Rachael. This is my lovely mother, as you all know. Basically, I'm a TA. I work in England. Back in England, I'm a TA. I work with challenging children, SEN children. So they have autistic, ADHD, and other challenging behaviours that they go through. So they send them to me. I help them manage their behaviour and help them to get through schooling and just life in general, basically.
Thank you. And Mr. Michael?
Hi, I'm Michael. What do I do in England? Quite a lot, quite a few things. I work at a recording studio where it's part of a charity called Inspire, where we have challenging children as well come over and we'll take them into the studio, we'll help them record, produce tracks. I also DJ as well, various places around the country, do stage shows as well, performances. I'm a carer as well.
Okay.
So there's quite a few things that I do.
So I know you and Rachael, just like me and my Michael, you're working together, and both of you seem like you are connected in a way with what you do with children. And I also know that you do products. So they've got some products here. I need one of you to tell me about one product and one can tell me about the other one. Who would like to start?
And that's back in England. Well, this product is called Fluffy Butter. It comes under the name of Raw African Materials, RAM. The RAM stands for Rachael and Michael. Okay. So this product we have here is called Fluffy Butter. It's African shea butter that we use. That's the key product in there, and a few others. I basically came up with this because couldn't find something in the shops. So yeah, we came up with this, and it seems to be doing okay back in England. Yeah.
So what are some of the ingredients? You don't have to tell us all your ingredients, but what are some of your ingredients that you have in your product?
It's basically CBD.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And is that what makes both of you look so young and fresh and vibrant?
Could possibly be, because it is the healing of the nation, as we know.
Okay, so that one is
Fluffy butter.
let me try a little bit of your fluffy butter. It's not going to make me high.
No,
is it?
no. The content is enough.
Yeah, it's not THC.
Not THC.
It's CBD.
It's
Sorry,
CBD.
it's soft.
So is it good for pain? What is it good for?
This one in particular is just...
It's very soft.
It is very... The key word is silky. We like to use silky. Yeah, you should get the silky effect and a nice shine. Can you see your skin's glowing like mine?
You can see she's just like her mother, right? This is my daughter, my one and only daughter.
How does it smell?
I'm high.
Oh,
No,
go
I'm
away.
joking. It smells real good.
Thank you.
It does. So, it
So
smells good.
for those who don't want to mess with the CBD, we do also do a natural one, basically an original one with no CBD, same product but just without the CBD oil.
And do you sell this product in England?
We do. We have, as you can see, two sets of customers. The can't say non-smokers or people who don't. For those who don't entertain the CBD, basically, and the original mix. That's for everyone, basically.
The levels of the CBD in it are very minute, so it won't affect you in any way. It's just a natural essence of a herb that we use within part of the cycle of the cream.
Okay, and everything in the jar is all natural?
Everything in the jar is natural.
Is there a cost to?
Yes, the size that we do, this is the 250 ml, and this is £22 per jar at this moment in time, yeah.
And the other one?
Same, they're both, well, the one with the CBD is 22, and the one without the CBD, that would be 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm paying for the CBD?
Of course, yeah.
All right.
You do have to pay extra.
So, Mr. Michael, let me ask you a question. You said that you do DJing. So, can you tell me a little bit about? Let's back up. Michael DJ'd at my birthday party. For all you may not know, Valerie turned 60 on the 17th of July. Oh, I'm lying. 17th of June. Right? I'm trying to get to birthday here. So, Michael came and DJ'd all the way from England. And so, tell the people a little bit about your DJing and who you've worked with and what you do.
DJing side of it's a bit different. Started when I was 16, played at school parties. Then progressed from there, went and started doing clubs and then bigger venues, parties, birthdays. From that I managed to get into performing, where I've supported a lot of big artists.
Okay.
James Brown was one of them, Busta Rhymes, Academy Award winning The Roots. Who else have we done? Horace Brown. Was on tour with Fun Loving Criminals. There's been quite a lot.
Okay, so do you enjoy what you do?
Yeah, it's very, very rewarding. Especially when you're out on stage and you feel the energy of the crowd and you actually vibing back with them, then the response you get is very good.
And I just wanted to let you all know, Michael has made us sorry.
Sorry, I've got to say as well, if I don't say this geezer here, he'll totally obliterate me when I get back. So MILF actually worked with a guy from EMF as well.
Okay.
They're going to hit a song called You're Unbelievable. So
Okay.
if I don't big up MILF, then yeah, so yeah.
So I was just going to say that Michael just did our new jingle for us. Him and Rachel worked together and collaborated and came up with a new jingle for the Don't Believe the Hype show. And so I don't know if Jamise has got the new jingle and the audience can hear our new sound that we'll be playing going forwards.
Absolutely. We started out today with the new song.
And you can tell us what you think. And tell the truth, because this is called Don't Believe the Hype. And while Jamise is getting the jingle together, Rachel, can I ask you, what made you decide that you wanted to go into looking after children?
Well, for working in sales for over 10 years, challenging adults, you know, customer service and all that. So woke up one morning and just said, you know what, I want to change my career, and decided to go into teaching. And didn't know, went into mainstream, which I found very rewarding, but then saw the challenging children in the schools and felt that they needed a bit of love and attention too. Yeah.
So what keeps you motivated?
What keeps the children? Absolutely. I love the energy I get from them. They're honest, they're truthful. Can't ask for anything more in this world, to be fair. And yeah, the results that I get from what I put into the children, that also makes me feel good.
So I know I've got two beautiful granddaughters. What are your children's names? So the audience can know a little bit about you.
Okay, I have two daughters. One's 22, one's 19, and her name, the 22-year-old is called Tasha, and the 19-year-old is called Tioni.
So, Mr. Michael, let's go back to you. So you play African drums.
Yes, I do.
And you had the opportunity of playing at one of Michael Wynn's events last week?
Juneteenth.
Yeah. What did you think? And well, let's put it to both of you. What do you think of the vibes over here for Juneteenth? And
we don't really get that celebration in England, so this is the first time we're experiencing it. So the vast scale of how the country comes together is very good, because it's in different states, so we don't really get that in England, so it is something very, very good.
Not recognised there.
Yeah, it's not recognised.
Not at all.
it isn't.
No.
You see, I interviewed Miss Opal Lee on my show, and I told her before, we did the show, but we pre-recorded it.
Okay.
And this was a Sunday, and I told Miss Opal Lee that, you know what, Juneteenth is going to be signed.
Okay.
And it was signed on my birthday.
Oh wow.
2 years ago. Juneteenth was signed on my birthday. I didn't know it was going to be signed. She didn't know it was going to be signed, and I predicted and told her Juneteenth is going to be signed.
Okay.
And so Miss Opal Lee, Juneteenth was signed June the 17th, 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
So for me, that's a milestone for me, because it means I had to come all the way from England to get Juneteenth signed. I'm only joking. But you know, but it's a milestone, because that was the same year I got my citizenship in the country.
That meant a lot.
You know what I mean? So it meant a lot to me to know that I interviewed that great lady for Juneteenth, and we have the Windrush in England.
Yes, we do.
So
which
let them understand a little bit about the Windrush and what the Windrush means to the people back in England.
Well, it's still a struggle. There's a lot of people that are still battling the system of Windrush. They just had their, I think it was 75 years celebration a few weeks ago, where they had a lot of gatherings around the country. I think we actually missed it.
We did. We saw some clips online, didn't we?
Yeah, so even that still needs to take more flight and gain more power. People are starting to recognise the struggle that the Windrush generation went through, but still, and lots still not being done.
So explain what the Windrush is, because many of our audience don't know what you're talking about when you say about the struggles.
Okay, the Windrush generation is basically the first set of Caribbeans who were brought to England to work, and then so a lot of them didn't get their cards. So the problem was their children. A lot of them were shipped back to Jamaica or to where.
Not even known Jamaica as well. Some of them were
so
born and bred in England, and all they know was England, and got shipped back to Jamaica. You know.
So you can see the struggle is not just here in America,
No.
it's what you do in the struggle. And so basically, my parents weren't part of the Windrush because of my dad having passage, and he was in the Air Force. But when England, after the Second World War, a lot of people was given passage to come to England because we wasn't separated from England at the time. We didn't take our independence in I think it was 64.
Yes, I don't.
When we took our independence from England. So all the islands, not just Jamaica, it could have been Trinidad, it could have been St. Kitts, any island that came over and who decided that they were not going to be part of the European anymore, and they decided to take their independence. If you came over in 64, then and you didn't have a passport, or a lot of them couldn't read or write, and because they couldn't read or write, what happened was they are the ones who didn't realize that they had an opportunity to become British citizen, and then now the time has lapsed. So all of a sudden now the government wants to send a lot of Caribbean people back, even though they never even set foot in England. So just imagine, it's not just Jamaica.
It's not even so much there. A lot of them were born in England, with British passports, but still been sent back.
There's that been going on as well.
They're doing that as well now.
Absolutely, yeah. Sending people back, literally, that have worked here and spent most of their lives here, and going back to a place that they don't know whether or not they were born there. They don't know that life. Don't know that culture.
And that is true, because we didn't go to Jamaica till
I was 13,
14 when we went to Jamaica, and the stories that they show you on TV was not
completely
like
different.
When we went, we were shocked.
I didn't want to come home, put it that way.
Because it was, you know what I mean, the way they met out in England is the same way they met out in Texas. Texas is all,
it's true.
what is it, tumbleweed or whatever?
Tumbleweed.
And
I don't
it's
want to
all,
use the word.
it's all Dallas and it's all basically, they showed us in England that Dallas was full of just cowboys and Indians, J.R. Ewing and dusty roads, you know what I mean, so who really wants to come here. But now that people are being woke and realising that Dallas isn't like that, it was the same with Jamaica. But the thing is, a lot of Jamaicans haven't got homes when they go back, so what are they going back to? But let's get back onto what we was talking about, your DJing and you doing what you're doing, right? So Michael, you said you work with a lot of top people. Who are you currently working with right now? Because I know you made some songs.
Yeah, at the moment, I'm kind of working by myself, trying to finish an album that I've been doing.
Okay.
I'm still looking for artists as well, but with everything that I'm trying to do, it's a bit difficult, but I will prevail.
You will,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you know, once you've got that staying power, because I also know you do t-shirts, right? Can you tell us a little bit about your t-shirt design?
Yeah, the clothing company is called Thumbprint Clothing, which basically represents you as an individual, because everybody that's born on this planet, over 8 million people, each one of them are unique, because each one of them have their own thumbprint. So it's a kind of step back at the government to say, we're not just a number, we're not just a commodity to you, we are somebody, we are individuals, we are who we are, and that's what Thumbprint's about.
Okay, and I know you forgot your shirt.
Yes, I
right,
did,
so I'm sorry everyone, but I will make sure that you see a copy of his shirt. I will post them on my Facebook page of Michael's shirt, and if anybody wants to order one of his shirts, you can reach back out to me here at Purple Light Touch, or you can reach out to Michael on, you've got an Instagram page?
Yes, I'm on Instagram. You can get me on Instagram at the Nugster or Michael Alexander on Instagram.
Okay, do you have an Instagram? No. I know you don't do Facebook. No. So, no TikTok?
I will be on those platforms soon
too,
obviously, but I just had to have a little time away from them, because I was on quite a few, but I had to step back and come off quite a lot of them. And
that's good, because it's always good to step back, recharge and come back, you know what I mean, because sometimes you can go
too much.
And when you get on these platforms, it's like you're there forever, because they show you one thing and then something else comes up and then something else comes up,
lost in it.
And before you know it. So I as much as people think I'm on there every day, I pre-do my posts, so that way something is going to go out, and I'm still encouraging people, even if I can't go onto Facebook every single day. You know what I mean? Because it can become time consuming
It can.
and take away from all the things that you really want to do in the community. So what are your goals, Rachel, when you, because I know you've been with me now for 3 weeks and you've seen how things have operated over here. What are your goals?
We just want to expand on what we're doing already with the creams and other enterprises and things like that. With the creams we also do cooking as well, so it's not just for your body, it's for your belly, as we would say in England. So yeah, so there's a lot more things to come from the range of raw African material, so that's what we're planning on doing in the future. So you will see more and feel more.
So we have logos for the product as well, which we'll get to you so you can put on your page so people can see. But the logos are done. We just had them finished off and they're looking terrific.
They are.
It is called work in progress.
I have seen the logo and it is really, really nice. It's colourful, so I'm all right with colour because you know Valerie likes colour. So it is a really nice logo. And before you leave out next week, we'll get you some logos so that when you go on, you can stick it on your jars and wherever you want to put it on. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for at Purple Light Touch. We are here to help entrepreneurs get to the next level of where they need to go to. And I believe that one hand should be able to come wash another. And if I help you, I'm not looking back for anything. I want you to go back and help somebody else. And that's the key why I do what I do here at Purple Light Touch Foundation. It's not about me. It's about helping somebody else so they can take the next step to go and help somebody else. And that's why I wanted to have both of you on my show today, just to highlight what you do back in England, because a lot of people see me here in America, but they don't really know much about how England operates and, you know what I mean, our healthcare and things, because it's totally different ballgame.
At the moment,
you know what I mean? Than how it is over here. I even had the opportunity of taking them downtown. People said, well, why didn't you take them to the coffee shop? No, I took them downtown to the homeless so that they could see how things really are in this country, because what we see on TV is not always the same. So when you even go out and you see somebody you will appreciate, even with you, just because someone's homeless, that don't mean they haven't got a thumbprint.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody's down and out, that don't mean they're not human. So that was why I wanted to show both of you the real aspects of living in America. It's not good. It's not that beautiful rose bush that people see. You know what I mean? So what has been some of your highlights of being in this country?
Just the experience of seeing a different lifestyle. Granddad always said to me the greatest education that you could have is to travel and to see different experiences of people, how they live, how they adapt. So yeah, seeing that side of it, seeing the progression that can be made as well was a big eye opener.
Okay, and for you?
I'd say the same, yeah. What you said. You said it better, beautifully.
Okay, so Mr. Michael, I know last night you was playing a couple of your songs that you'd written.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to sing anything for us today. Oh, Jimmy, did you find Michael's
I haven't, yes.
Oh, you got it? Let's hear Michael's new jingle, Michael and Rachel, because they both collaborated on this jingle and did this jingle together.
Okay.
Don't believe the hype show.
Every Thursday, fortnightly.
For news, views, reviews and more.
Join host Rachael and guests from 6:30 p.m. Thursdays, fortnightly.
Don't believe the hype show. Don't believe the hype.
So, Audience, what did you think of our new jingle? And by the way, I'm little sorry for starting late today. We had a little hiccup, and because I took in an extra client this evening, so that was why we started a little late, because of the emergency. So,
I hope you like the jingle. The actual music was a song that I actually created as well, so that's my track. That's playing in the background of the jingle. So, and then obviously the both of our voices over the top. So, yeah.
Because last night you played the song.
Yeah, with that song.
What was the song? What's your song title to that?
Apple Tree.
It's called Apple Tree.
It's beautiful.
And it is a really, really nice song. Maybe you can go onto it. Is it on your Instagram page? No?
No, I think there may be a little clip of it that I may put on there, but until it's finished, I'm kind of keeping it close wrapped.
Okay, so I won't mention anything more.
So Mum was lucky to get the sample.
So you can hear what Michael just said. The beginning of our new jingle is Michael's new song, so there's no copyright unless Michael decides to take it back off. So yeah. So what's your vision going into the future? I know you said both of you. What are your visions?
As for the next 5 years is to make sure that we have our businesses and our products implemented in stores that people can actually access, as well as having them online as well, where we'll have different other stuff where you can access, but hopefully we want to get them into stores and then obviously on our website as well, where you can actually gain like exclusives and different products as well.
So is it just t-shirts you're planning on, both of you planning on making?
No, and the whole range of merchandise, bags, all sorts of things, because it's a pretty nice logo, so yeah.
So will it be a lot of African stuff, or know what kind of
It's African because the products are from Africa themselves, so yeah, that is why, but I wouldn't say it's going to just be African products, no, not at all.
Okay, because
it's an extent, it's a platform for anything basically that is raw and natural.
On the logo you have the picture of Africa, but on the background you still have the continent as well, so even though we're just showing Africa, it doesn't mean that we're still trying to concentrate on the whole of Europe as well.
Okay.
It's to specify that the main source is from Africa, which is the raw African material, yeah.
Okay. So, Rachel, what's your vision in the next 5 years?
Well, Michael already said it, but yeah, I would love to see my products on the shelves, accessible to everyone, so they can experience the silky feel.
And I know a lot of people back in England are using her products, well, not Rachel, both of their products right now, because I get calls and says, oh my God, this product is really good, I've been putting it in my hair, I've been putting it on my body, and I've heard a lot of wonderful things about the product, you know, I mean, and my hand is still silky soft. This one's a little rough, so I think she might need to put some on this one for me. So, we're almost coming to the end of our show. Can you tell us what Don't Believe the Hype mean to both of you? But before you do that, Rachel, what motivation, and Michael, what motivation can you give somebody out there as an entrepreneur who is who is planning on going into business for themselves? Because I know there's always some obstacles.
Believe in yourself, basically, and don't let no one, you know, put you off what you want to do. If you believe in your product, then it should go far, basically, yeah. Self-belief.
Yeah, business is never easy, especially in starting up. It can give you a lot of grey hairs, but it's just how much you want to see your business grow. One thing that I've always said to myself is you succeed to fail, but you fail to succeed. So on that point, you just don't give up. If you have a goal, you have a vision that something's going to happen. Plus, it's also finding somebody that believes in you as well.
That's the key.
That kind of helps you find your vision, because it's not easy out there. It's not easy to, especially if you haven't got like the funds to do it. It's very difficult to actually get yourself started, get that first step. But if somebody can believe in you and you believe in yourself, then just continue doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So, some of the advice I'm going to give both of you: get a business plan together, get a 5 years business plan. So when you go to a bank, the bank can see exactly what you're planning. Because if you go and say, "Can I?" to the bank manager, "Can I get?"
No, we know that.
I know, but I'm just letting you know. You've got to get a business plan. You've got to get a website, because it's not just about you going to a bank. Somebody might turn around and say, "Oh, can you show me something about your product?" So you've got all what you want, categorizing your 5-year plan. So if I come and say to you, "Show me what you've got," I can go into my office right now and show somebody my 5-year business plan. I can go in there and show someone my operational budget. I can go in my office and pull anything out at any time. So all those little things, and then you've got to make sure your website is concise and it's consistent with what you're doing. And I met a gentleman, his name was Patrick, and 10 years ago when I met him, he said, "Valerie, to stay in business, this is what you've got to do. It's not about starting big, it's starting small and then gradually growing. So as long as you're willing to grow together, the product and everything that you do will become, you can succeed in anything that you want to do." So I know we're coming nearly to the end of our show. Can you tell me, Michael, what does "Don't Believe the Hype" mean to you?
Hey, Michael, before you do that, Queenie says, hey, y'all.
Hey, how are you, Queenie? Nice tuning in.
Yeah, and she's agreeing with Valerie that it only takes one person to believe after you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, when I came here, I didn't know what I was going to do. And I remember when I wanted to do the non-profit, every time I went to someone, they kept saying, "Oh, it can't be done, it can't be done." And that's all I kept hearing, and God kept telling me, "Yes, it can be done. Don't listen to these people, because I am your source." And so I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and I've got everything together. That's why the two names are so close, because I really didn't know what I was doing, but I knew what I wanted to do. And then I got my non-profit together, then I got my full profit together, and that's why you see me 9 times out of 10 by myself, because it was so hard in the beginning, because I was from England and having someone believe in someone like me. So I had to learn to believe in myself and trust in myself that I know I can do this. And look at where I am today. It's not been an easy road, and it's been a struggle, and there's days where I've cried and I'm thinking I just want to give up, but God said, "You give up on you, that means you're giving up on me." And I keep on going and pushing myself to where I am today. So I have to thank God, because I know I could not have done this off my own back and off my own steam. So you know what I mean? So you always got to stay connected to the source, so you can get to where you need to go, because if you get to where you need to go, because if you're relying on each other, you can forget it, because Rachel might not want to do something, Michael, you might not want to do something, but if you pull together, that's why a boat has got 2 rows. So both of you row together. You don't see a row go one way and one go the other way, because that means you're not going anywhere.
It just means you're turning.
You understand what I'm saying? You become stagnant, and then animosity grow between couples and relationships. So it's about pulling together. So once again, I asked you a question, and I'm sorry for saying what I said, but I just felt I needed to get it out. What does "Don't Believe the Hype" mean to you?
On a whole, on the show, where people can come and voice their opinions, where the truth can be talked as well. As the title says, "Don't believe the hype." There is a lot of duplicity and ridiculousness out there, and false information. So what you're trying to do is just edify people, let them know what is, and just don't believe the hype of what you hear sometimes.
And for you, Rachel?
Literally the same thing. Just believe in yourself. Don't believe what's out there. You know, if you've got something that you believe in, stick with it, and just follow your heart.
And that's what the Don't Believe the Hype show is here, to bring people in the community. And so if somebody wants to come into our show and tell people what you're doing in the community, how you're helping somebody else. To you it might be small, but you never know if somebody else out there needs what you've got, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody in the world started big. Nobody. Everybody has to start somewhere, and the reason why nobody never started big is because each one of us came out of a womb. Each one started with a seed, and that seed turned into whatever we want it to be. You understand what I'm saying? So if you've got a product, you're doing something in the community and you want to show somebody what you're doing, come on to our show. We'll highlight you, we'll spotlight you, we'll give you all the love, because that is what the Don't Believe the Hype Show. It is a community show to help each and every one of us grow to become who we want to be and who we would like to become. You know what I'm saying? So come on and come and spend some time sitting down here on our sofa and let's have a talk. And once again, I would like to thank Jamise, who is behind the camera, because sometimes the camera people always seem to get left behind. So we would like to thank Jamise once again for coming in. And I would really like to thank you and Michael for coming in and coming over here to spend some time with me on my birthday. It's been my pleasure, because I haven't had to cook. Right?
That's hilarious.
I haven't had to cook, trust me. You know what I mean? And that's been the highlight of my last 3 weeks. I don't know what I'm going to do, but you know, when they've gone, I've been eating all this healthy food, because as you can see, Valerie has conformed to Texas. And
Oh, yes.
I'll have to bring some good soul food over here. I'll have to bring some good soul food over
I used to look a little bit like my daughter, not too much, but you can see now I've conformed to Texas, which is not a good thing. So I would like to thank you all once again for tuning into our show. Have a wonderful and blessed week. Stay safe, and we will see you back in 2 weeks' time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Don't Believe the Hype Show.
Every Thursday, fortnightly.
For news, views, reviews and more.
Join host Rachael and guests from 6:30 p.m. Thursdays, fortnightly.
Don't Believe the Hype Show.